Hi, I'm Melanie McFarland, IMDb's TV editor. In this episode of What to Watch, we sat down with the stars of one of the best superhero series on TV and one of the most popular titles on IMDb. Let's take a look at the CW's hit series Arrow, now in the midst of its third season. So just for people who have never seen the show, can you tell us just a little bit about Arrow?
Well, Arrow began as the story of Oliver Queen returning from 5 years shipwrecked in the North China Sea. And he returns as an early iteration of the Green Arrow persona. And the show has evolved to be not just about Oliver Queen, but his team, his cast of characters, and their trials and tribulations trying to clean up the streets of Starling City and beyond.
Our new friend doesn't want any surprise visitors.
Well, he's gonna get a surprise.
I think that the original version of Team Arrow with John Diggle and Felicity Smoke, both of them proving towards the end of season 1 became very important to Oliver and sort of identified that they just weren't there because he wanted them to be. They were there because they wanted to be, and that the cause, the crusade, as it were, was just as important to them as it was to him. So those relationships have obviously evolved, and we're getting to see in the latter half of season 3, coming back from our winter break, how they handle Oliver not being there, and is there a cause for them to stay if he's gone?
We got to step up with Roy to Arsenal, and Arsenal's been a very integrated member of the team even since the season finale for season 2 was a big moment for him.
Yeah. What's
coming up that you can kind of tease about? Is Roy going to be called upon to do even more? Because right now, the only person in town who has an arrow and a hood is Roy.
Yeah. I mean, Roy really does take over. He takes, right from the beginning. I mean, people are going to be really surprised. They're basically tuning in thinking that Oliver's coming back, but Oliver's not coming back. So, at least not right away. So, Team Arrow really has to step up, and Roy kind of puts it in the back of his head because he knows that he has so many other people to help now, and he really becomes a leader. And especially the long arc in this season, Roy becomes a true hero. He really does show them that he is very grateful for what everyone's done for him.
What are you doing?
Thea's gone because of me. Because of lies that I told her, so I owe this to both of you to make things right.
No. What are you doing? You can't travel with that.
I've actually never been on a plane before.
You have an interesting role in the relationship between Oliver and Felicity.
Yeah.
You are kind of getting in the way there. So is there more development on that side?
I think as we come back from the mid-season break, there in the next few episodes, there's a little bit more understanding of where Felicity and Ray are coming from. They understand each other a little bit more. Their own, although Felicity's pretty tight-lipped, she doesn't really explain to Oliver what's going on with her. She speaks in very broad strokes, but she's having some emotional time, and Ray is there for her to a degree, and as she understands why he is kind of on this mission with the murder of his wife and these things. So they kind of just understand each other on a deeper level versus just the sciencey, geeky aspect of it.
Do you ever foresee the day that Oliver and Malcolm will become allies? Like really, really genuine allies?
I can't say a thing. All I will say to you is this, that don't know about the word genuine, but things will turn 360. There will be relationships that will shock people. There will be alliances that will shock people. There will be breakups that will shock people. And there will be words said to one character to another that will absolutely be shockers. So just keep watching.
So it sounds like what you're referring to, back to the original question, is possibly an enemy of...
I didn't say nothing.
Well,
I didn't say nothing.
Let's say, could it be
I didn't say what?
Maybe not genuine allies, but maybe a case where would we see the enemy is my friend kind of situation?
She's really good. I hate her right now, but I like her.
Thank you.
There's a reason she wore red today. Always got to have a touch of red.
That's true.
I tried to avoid the question there, but it didn't work. Malcolm has always said, and I have always said about Malcolm, he loves Oliver more than he loved his own son. Because although he loved Tommy, he would have much rather had Oliver as a son than Tommy. So I don't think there has ever been a lack of genuine feeling from Malcolm, because the day that Malcolm pulled the hood off of Oliver and saw who it was, that was complete shock, because he's fighting somebody he cared about as a little boy. So, however, with Oliver, I can't speak so much on Oliver's aspect of it, but I think there will be a time when Oliver may need Malcolm.
How are people going to react to Oliver's return, and how long is he gone?
I think they'll react well to it. I think that it creates a much needed change in dynamic for the show. If you're just going to get 50 plus episodes into a television show and think that the next 50 are going to be exactly the same, that's not going to be interesting television, and eventually you'll lose your core viewer and you won't do anything to incite conversation and gain new viewers. So I think that people will be fine with it. I think it forces other characters to elevate themselves, and elevating new characters and making people care about them is the basic element of sustaining a television show. So I'm excited that we went in this direction.
Arrow's mid-season finale took the term cliffhanger literally. It was absolutely shocking and kept viewers guessing up through the final alarming moments and beyond. But although the situation seems dire, I'm not too worried about what happens next, because Oliver Queen never fails his city, and this knockout show has yet to fail its fans. And great news, it's going to be back for a 4th season. The fact that this series is as exhilarating as it is unpredictable makes Arrow what to watch. You can watch new episodes of Arrow at 8 p.m. on Wednesdays starting January 21st. Previous seasons are available for streaming on Amazon Instant Video. To see photos and view the latest news about this title, visit the Arrow title page on imdb.com or on any of our mobile apps.